It was good.
It's one of those things that I said, I know she doesn't do this kind of thing. Normally, I said, it's really hard to screw up even the cables you can't put in the wrong way. So thank you.
Yeah, it was super easy.
Cool.
Even a Kiwi couldn't fuck it up, as we say in my
that's
house.
what I said too.
Yeah.
Fucking Kiwis.
Yeah. You know what a Kiwi is?
It's a goddamn New Zealander.
That's right.
I'm aware.
Fuck those guys.
You can't put one past me. I've learned from this show.
This is Total Babble. Total Babble. It's a show about music, pop culture, social media, movies, the internet, relationships, TV, whatever. Total Babble. The Total Babble Podcast.
Hi there. Welcome to this show. I'm Stu. She's Emily, and we talk and we have fun. And this show is just such a delight. We've been talking about health issues, and Emily's full of phlegm and all kinds of wild things before we get on the air. And I don't know if I'll use some of that, but hello.
Hello. It's great to see you. Happy World Cup. Not only is it Pride Month, but it is the commencement of the FIFA World Cup.
See, you're talking about World Cup, and this mainly here today is going to be the Total Babble Sports Extravaganza.
The internet's #1 place for sports talk. This is Total Babble. Total Babble.
Almost everything we have to talk about today is in one way or another related to sports, but don't worry, it's kind of our way of relating to sports, and you'll see how this goes as we go. And I don't know that it's all going to be about sports. It all depends how it goes and how it flows and how gabby we get. And Emily needs to leave early or on time because she insists on making a living and having other things in her life. So we'll work around that. And I'll just ask you first thing this week. Have you had any sports-related activities that are interesting to talk about briefly?
Oh my gosh. I have so many sports-related activities. I think the biggest one pertains to the World Cup and a match. It is Australia versus the USA.
Oh, I'm deeply invested in that. I can't even imagine how that's going to go. Jesus Christ.
Well, my husband is a big football fan / soccer fan.
Yeah.
And so he has decided that he would like to host a viewing party. He is actually out of town on business. He will be arriving home at 11 a.m. on Friday. I asked him to send around a little evite just to invite a few people. Guess how many people, as of the start of this episode, have RSVP'd to this shindig?
3,000.
Not quite.
Okay, damn it.
But last weekend, before he left, I said, could you please help to go to Costco and buy everything that we need because I don't want to be scrambling. At that time, we had 25 people who had RSVP'd. As of now, we are over 50 people and more people keep telling us that they're coming. I saw somebody at a swim meet last night and apparently the neighborhood is talking about our party. Quite literally, somebody drove past my neighbor's house, wound down his window, and asked him if he was going to the pregame party.
Yeah.
We didn't invite everyone in the neighborhood, but our little party has gone semi-viral in the neighborhood. And so previously, I thought it was just a few people and their kids, and I was going to cater and make food and everything. Now it's gotten so insane that I just had to put in a catering order with a company to come and do this thing because my husband, who I absolutely adore, is so excited about having all his friends over, and we've never had a party in this house before. And I just gave him a choice between, do you want these little brownie bites that have soccer balls on the top, or do you want this 2-tier birthday cake with 24 soccer cupcakes? What do you think you chose, Stu?
I'd go the soccer cupcakes.
100%. We have a multi-tier soccer cake with cupcakes that I will be picking up.
Good stuff. This is the adult equivalent of, hey, Johnny's parents are out of town. We're having a party. And it gets around and everybody's going over to Johnny's house. And you got to tell people no sex on the bed. You got to say, don't wreck my parents' house. You got to watch out for that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It is that. And I'm really happy and excited for my husband. I'm also really nervous because that is a lot of people to have in my house.
I've never wanted that many people in my house ever. I don't want to deal with that. I'm fine going to a party with people I know. That's kind of okay, but I don't like that many people.
The good news is we do know all of them, but generally speaking, we don't hang out with all of them at the same time. So it should be fun.
Well, back to the sports.
The internet's #1 place for sports talk. This is Total Babble.
You know what I think every time I play that? Every time I play that, I think, wow, it could be so much better, but I don't know where the effects are anymore. I'm not that organized. You might think, oh, that's Stu. He's weird and detailed, but he's not that organized. Well, you'd be right.
The two things can exist at once, I find.
Not for me. Anyway, there was a big thing with Trump this week, and this Now, is this Freedom 250 that happened, or is that the thing that's happening in July? I've seen it reported both ways online. This redneck fuckfest, was that Freedom 250?
I am not sure. I've been trying to cut down on it, but some people in our neighborhood are flying Freedom 250 flags, which I find quite humorous. I always look at it and go, why does it say 2026 like that's the end date of our civilization?
Because
on the flags.
I think it's going to be.
I'm just a stickler. But the UFC fight, I think, was maybe at least a part of it.
Oh, okay. It's a big, long, spread out masturbation Trump fuckfest.
It's so ridiculous.
Big UFC event this weekend. And if you didn't hear the audio of this guy, this is Josh Hokett. I was watching news of this thinking, okay, what is going to be the big dumb fuck up? What is going to be the standout terrible thing? Because something's going to happen. It always does with Trump. And then this guy won a fight. What a weird coincidence. The white guy won the fight, but that's beside the point. Here's him winning the fight.
The beast that's ready to feast. You know what? Fuck the speech.
Fuck the speech. He's going off book. He's getting creative.
Hey, shout out to Trump for having the balls to put some shit like this on.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say anything, there's only one person more incredible than the Incredible Hulk.
Who do you think that person is? If we're going dumb stereotype, who's more and better?
I can't even. I'm just so dumbfounded.
Could it be Jesus?
Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck yeah, Jesus. I won. And if you would have lost, man, Jesus would have fucked you. God damn it.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
I want a shama on your mama.
I don't know what that means. Any idea?
Zero.
Most of us are normal thinking people who have no idea.
And lastly, Moshell Obama is a man.
First off, it's Michelle, not Moshell. If you're going to make stupid claims, at least pronounce the goddamn name right.
I'm
Where to start?
very rarely flabbergasted. I've read this a lot in the news this week, and I hadn't actually listened to the audio because I just didn't want to give the guy any oxygen. But obviously he's sustained too many hits to the head.
He's the dumbest redneck Neanderthal dipshit ever. And it's ironic that he is saying that because he was going to call her a male ape, I think, at one point. I pictured that going through his head. Remember that meme they had many months ago? I bet he was going to say she was a male ape, but he probably pulled back for sensibility, you know.
The thing I don't understand is why are they so obsessed with Michelle Obama? She was several administrations ago as the first lady. Why are they so obsessed with her?
Because during that administration, it represents a big challenge because, God damn it, we shouldn't have black people in the White House. And it was a really good administration that, in my mind, I didn't agree with everything, but they did most things right. And if you disagreed with them, you could at least see the point of view. And it wasn't wild and crazy. And it didn't challenge their completely insane, crazy ideas.
They're a great administration.
Yep.
I don't understand the obsession. I don't understand what we're doing. It makes us a laughing stock, and giving airtime to dumb fucks like that meathead.
Yeah.
It just makes everyone judge us. I read an article about a recent college graduate who was offered an opportunity to interview for a role at a company, but he turned it down because, and I quote, "I don't want to work for a Jew." Okay.
Then you should have no money. If you make a racist statement like that, then we decide you get no money ever because you're going to be a dick.
Right. And the guy, so in the spirit of what I think was quite gracious, reached out to this child to just see if he was going to double down or what the rationale was. Anyway, the kid doubled down on it, and so he was exposed publicly. But you start to pull on that thread, right? And there's this very dangerous assumption that people make about other people, other countries, other leadership. And they forget that maybe they could get caught up in that too. So, for example, there's a lot of anti-Jewish sentiment led by people's disdain for Netanyahu and the oppression and genocide that he's at the helm of, right? And the assumption is that everybody who is Jewish must support that, which couldn't be further from the truth. And then think about how that impacts on us as Americans. Coming full circle here to the fucking US fight, the circus on the White House lawn. Other countries are looking at Americans going, this is what they believe in. These are their values. This is what Americans are like. And it is so insane to me. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of the people protesting in the streets gets reported in other countries. And you're right. Many of them think we are all just Trump. And that's so disheartening. I would kill myself.
It's so disheartening. And it was insane as well to me that Iran was getting booed at the World Cup. Good
thinking. Good smart think through there, America. Because these athletes that have trained all their lives to do this thing that they love, they should be booed.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know how we've gotten to this really insane place where we're paying reparations to Iran to reopen a strait that was never closed, that we closed. It was so stupid.
We've basically now given them everything they wanted, and it's just going to remain secret that we've given them everything they've wanted, apparently including $300 billion is the rumor. Right. And we'll just keep it secret because our fuckface president couldn't negotiate a deal and did stupid things and now has to backtrack on it because America's pissed. Good going.
Right, and he only did it because he was told to by Israel.
And he needed to hide that he was a sex freak, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that. The only thing missing on the White House lawn was the above-ground swimming pool and the Camaro on blocks. It would have been perfect.
Oh, well, we have the above-ground swimming pool. Yeah. That's now well, it's not above ground, but it's the reflection pool, which no longer reflects, but that they painted blue and which now has too high of a temperature, which has caused an insane algae bloom, which they tried to fix with chemicals. However, it's only fixing the chemicals around the edges of the pool.
This whole administration is going to be spent, and really has been spent, thinking to yourself, yeah, that's money well spent. Of course, you're being sarcastic with yourself. We've spent so much stupid money on needless bullshit and put so much of it in his pocket that, wow, we just need this is something I've wanted to bring up in other areas where we've talked about it. My best idea at the end of this, as far as how things could go, was we put them all in jail, his entire fucking crime family, and then we sell everything they own. And maybe we could get billions and billions of dollars for it, and then we put it back into the places that it went originally, and then we try to recover our country. And then if we can penalize other people, maybe in Congress and anybody that screwed us, we do that and we put it back into this general fund for the righting of America. That would be the best.
We should do it in the same way that the federal government seizes proceeds of crime from drug cartels and the like. They do. They take their money, they freeze their bank accounts, they take all of their assets.
And they auction the assets, right?
And they auction the assets.
Yeah. There's the plan. We'll get to that. I also just want them to keep fucking up. Every time they fuck up, it's a little bit of a plus. Makes me a little bit warmer in the heart. November's coming. And then also part of this that I wanted to ask you about is that comedian Nate Bargatze was at the event. And people are talking about boycotting him. And I say don't boycott him because he went to the event. I think it was dumb that he went. I say boycott him because he's a boring comedian.
He is pretty PG.
Don't know if you like him or not.
I don't mind him. I had some friends of mine who went as a family.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go see him.
He's huge right now, and it's just
He's huge right now. He's doing
boring.
like stadium shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have anything against him. Yeah. He's a good, clean guy. I prefer Jim Gaffigan in the clean steaks.
He likes us, and we like him.
And we like him. Mm. And my favorite is probably Jimmy Carr. I'll take my kids to see Jimmy Carr.
Anthony Jeselnik. You ever get involved in that?
You've sent me some of his stuff.
He's very edgy, but
He's
very good.
Edgy. I wouldn't say I'm a fan yet, but I don't mind him.
All right. Back to the sports extravaganza. Congratulations to the New York Knicks for winning the basketball Super Bowl. First time in 53 years. Mm-hmm. And I will ask you, in your country, when you win a big sporting event, how do you celebrate? Do you shoot people? Do you set buses on fire? How do you guys handle that?
No, none of those things. Generally speaking, we don't take to the streets. Maybe because we're too drunk, but everyone tends to hang out in the backyard. What we do have sometimes, though, which is great, is a nice little parade. Yeah. Nice little ticker tape parade. Bring out the buses, wave to the fans. That's always nice. Yeah. But no, we try and keep the looting and plundering to barely a whisper.
Is there a time in your culture there where you do loot and plunder? Where you can say generally that happens? Because I see it in our society quite a bit. I wonder about yours. This is a learning experience.
Not a lot. However, my dad does cleanups for like floods and fires and that kind of thing. And he has said that on occasion, a small number, it's not like a lot of people, but there are a very small ilk who will go and steal from people's homes after like a flood or something has gone through and they're not there. But it's not the kind of thing where people think, oh, I've got to board up my fish and chip shop because someone's going to come through and try and rip the telly off the wall, or you know, one's going to do a smash and grab at Target.
Yeah, we do that here. Anytime there's a disaster, our people steal from people that are just leveled by natural disasters. So, okay. So here's how we celebrate. Quick news report.
So while most of the celebrations last night were peaceful, some fans took it just a little bit too far. Take a look at this. A school bus was lit on fire on 42nd Street near 8th Avenue. This is right by the Port Authority bus station. The buses are believed to be part of the city's World Cup transportation plan. Then meanwhile, a 17-year-old was shot in the foot on 42nd and Broadway. He is expected to be okay. We know 3 people were taken into custody. So while most of the fans, most of them were having a lot of fun last night, some people way too rowdy, way too dangerous.
So don't do that, you. And by the way, they sent an ambulance for the guy that got shot, and the crowd that was there wouldn't let the ambulance through to go help the guy that had been shot. So, yay team. Fucking way to go.
That, I will say, is one of the big cultural differences that I noticed when I first came here. We have it drilled into us from a very young age that if there is an ambulance, fire, anything, you pull off to the shoulder of the road. You clear it. And everybody goes to the shoulder. This is important. I have never seen just an abject failure of organization. People will just stop. If they stop at all, they'll just stop where they are in situ, won't create a path. There's no...
We're not smart enough to do that.
They pull off to all different sides of the road.
Yeah.
Some people just keep driving and just think that they're going to drive around them. It's absolutely ridiculous.
They teach it in driver's ed. People are just too dumb and they forget. And I get really pissed every time I'm out driving and I hear a siren and I pull over to the road and everybody else is too busy. They have an appointment to be to. They can't do these kind of things where they're delayed. Oh my God, you dick. They are going to help other people and you're not going to get out of their way? Ugh.
It's so embarrassing. That, or they're blocked by the emergency services personnel themselves, like what we saw in Minneapolis. It defies logic. But then, here, some of my favorite stuff is we were driving the other day. A shout out to medical professionals and the EMS and the paramedics. You guys are doing God's work. High five. Also, though, not all of them are very smart. So we were driving the other day and we came across what we assumed must have been a horrific accident because it was boxed in by a tow truck, several ambulances, people standing off to the side, all of that kind of thing. Anyway, we drove around it. Cars were empty. No one was injured. Everyone was just hanging out and having a chat. No one was directing traffic. They were all just parked in the middle of an intersection, literally just talking to one another. The firefighters had already gone. First responders are already gone. Nobody's getting in the ambulances. No one's cars are getting towed. They're just having a chat.
Maybe that was passive-aggressive reaction to, yeah, F these people. They never get out of our way. So we'll just take a little extra time as needed.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So one time.
At band camp.
Way back when Robert and I lived on, actually, the West Coast, so where you are, we lived downtown and we were out running and we're running down the street and it's empty. Then we hear an ambulance coming. So it's the only car and it's coming up on one of those crossroads with a set of lights and it's speeding towards lights. The lights turn green for the ambulance and it's just going beep, 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 beep. Then from the cross street, super early in the morning, no one else around. You know what comes barreling down the hill? A pickup truck. Guess where that pickup truck went?
Right into the ambulance.
Directly into the ambulance.
Yeah.
No one else is around. The sun is barely up. You could see and hear this ambulance coming from a fucking mile away. This cockhead in the truck had a red light, ran a red light. It was like watching William Tell shoot the fucking arrow out of the apple in someone's head that he'd already put there previously. It was amazing that could happen.
We don't send enough people to jail in this country. We spend a lot of time on stupid things that don't matter. And then people get sentenced and they don't go to jail because they get whatever leniency is allowed in the courts because we don't have the space. And I am all for more prison colonies for ridiculous, terrible people that have no consideration for others. And if people were sent to jail, more people would screw up less. I really believe that. As much as a liberal as I am, and I feel like we should be rehabilitating people that are doing what they do because they're trying to feed their family and because of social issues, people that are just dickheads, more of them should be put in jail.
If only we could get the system unfucked and uncorrupted, because it's all privatized. It's so fucking corrupt. We're sending the wrong people to prison.
Absolutely true. All right,
anyway,
back into the
welcome
sports.
To sports. Did you see how the Knicks fans booed Trump?
Yeah, that was good and expected, and I don't think that there's any way he could have rationalized in his own head, oh, they're actually cheering for me. I feel like that got across to him. And I wonder about his granddaughter. Is she just along for the ride, or does she buy his bullshit? Or, you know, I look at her and I'm like, what's going on there? And then his son, guaranteed that Barron kid is the Damien Omen asshole too.
Yeah. You'll remember way back when I used to feel bad for Barron Trump. Those times have changed. I don't give a fuck about that kid anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah. But I think that over time he's proven himself to be a massive cockhead.
Good. I want that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel lighter. Yeah.
All right. Well, we just said back into sports and then we went another direction.
It is a sport. Our sport here that we're about to turn pro of is hating the Trumps.
There you go. All right.
We're, professionals.
Putting that in the show notes. World Cup soccer is here in LA. Oh, my local radio station is reporting that really nobody cares because it's LA, but I am huge into it. I can't get enough football. Currently number 1 in the World Cup. Do you know who it is?
No, surprise me.
It's Istanbul. I'm a big fan of Istanbul. The Istanbul Bobcats. You follow the Istanbul Bobcats? Because they're Fantastic. Istanbul, Bobcats. You know what the crowd yells?
What do they?
Go Isti B Cats. Go Isti B Cats. That's what they yell.
I bet.
In the soccer stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I think that 48 teams is too many.
Is that how many there are?
That is, yes.
Well,
that is correct.
The only two you really need are like that Australian team and the SDB Cats. Those are the two.
Well, and no Italy, which is ridiculous.
What about Italy?
They're not playing in the World Cup. Don't worry about it.
Protest thing or?
No, didn't make it.
Oh. I didn't even understand the concept of that. I thought maybe everybody that played soccer was allowed to play in this.
No.
Okay.
Well, there's only 48 teams.
Yeah.
How many countries do you think there are in the world?
A lot.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's 3 numbers in it. But yeah, so it's not every country in the world. And I cannot believe that the Americas, it's the Americas. So it's being hosted throughout all of the Americas, the World Cup. Okay. It's not just the United States. It's also Canada. It's also Mexico. So that's one thing.
Right.
So different teams are located and headquartered all over. Okay, so for example, Iran is headquartered in Tijuana in Mexico. Okay, that's where their headquarters are for the World Cup. It is insane to me. So Chicago kicked off and the Tartan Army, who are Scotland's supporters, arrived ahead of the first match. They were walking around and Americans are asking them, wow, why are you here? And they're saying for the World Cup. And they're like, what do you mean the World Cup? The World Cup soccer match.
We're here to steal the cup of the world. It's
so hilarious because the US, I'll speak about the US because we're here, has done the most piss poor shithouse job of promoting and socializing and preparing our cities. There's no banners in the cities saying World Cup. There's not a lot of television ads and all that sort of stuff. The tickets are way too expensive.
Yeah.
We're blocking certain countries from being able to come along. And now I've heard that some countries are stopping dads that haven't paid their child support from going to watch matches because the rationale from the courts is the tickets are so expensive. If you can't afford to feed your kids, you shouldn't be affording to buy tickets.
And how do they track that?
To the World Cup. They're given a list by the government, which I enjoy. I think that's okay. What do you think?
I like the idea. It's just so funny that somebody came up with that. Like if you're a deadbeat dad, okay, you don't get to spend that money.
It's fucking amazing. You know what the worst part is? I think they're not finding out till they get to the gates.
I kind of like that, actually.
I like that. Ooh, that's rough. Your whole life. For many people, going to the World Cup is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially when tickets start at between $700 and $1,500 a pop. It's been my husband's dream to go his entire life. It is not on the cards for us.
Well, you know,
right?
here in LA, what they did was they had a special allotment of tickets that were budget priced for the community, and they put those out there so that people could go. And they're the worst seats available, and they're still slightly expensive, and there's like 5 of them. So that's how they handled it here, so they could get that good PR going, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So, it just seems like we're doing a really shit job of preparing for the World Cup, making it a big to-do. It's not having the economic impact that we hoped for. It just seems like a real wasted opportunity. And
the amount that we've had to spend kind of cleaning up cities, I agree. They really bullshitted and swept stuff under the rug here in LA to make things appear better and move the homeless around and do all that. And yeah, I agree.
I don't think we did any of that in my city. No. I think it was just like, good luck, motherfucker. Pack a piece. Get strapped. Try and get in.
Back to sports. When bungee jumping goes bad.
Oh, no. This is so bad.
In Brazil, a woman goes rope swinging, kind of bungee jumping, they call it. And they basically lift her up over their heads and they throw her over the edge, but they forgot to attach the rope. That said, it's terrible, and this clip is hilarious. Because in doing the research for this, which is very tragic, I found Neil, the CEO on YouTube. This is a guy that, best as I can determine, sits in his car and goes through the news and talks about stuff. And he was talking about this, and Neil overall seems like a nice guy, but just so very flat, so trying to do something, so really feigning human emotion. I will play you this clip and know that as it starts, there's going to be noisy audio of them raising this woman over their heads and walking her to the edge and throwing her off. And then you'll hear the genius of Neil, the CEO, who is becoming my all-new favorite. Lifting her up, walking her over. Can't wait for Neil.
She died.
There's Neil. Quick cut to Neil, and he just goes, "She died."
She died. Those 3 men who work for a bungee jumping company in Brazil picked that woman up, walked her to the edge, and threw her over. Which normally that's fine because it's part of...
Normally that's fine.
Well, normally she has a bungee cord attached to her ankles, but not a single one of them had any safety checks or balances or checked, and they just hurled her over without doing that. And it gets worse. When she was at the bottom, she didn't die instantly. The first people on the scene, including a nurse who was there to start administering CPR to her before the first responders came and tried to defibrillate her, what she witnessed was that members of that tour company were already down there before she got there because she had to run from the top to the bottom, but there were people already there. And do you know what they were doing?
No idea.
They weren't rendering aid to the woman. They were removing her GoPro.
To hide the evidence.
Correct.
Oh, how fucked up is that? I didn't hear that.
And the GoPro has not been found.
Oh, my God. I didn't hear that part of it. That sucks.
Yeah, this story is giving me nightmares.
I heard that they're charging the guys that threw her over with murder because there was some kind of way that they could prove premeditation or something like that. And it was like, okay, you'd think you'd go manslaughter, but then I've heard they went manslaughter. It's
some sort of negligence.
Okay.
That works in that country.
A certain amount of negligence proves premeditation, I guess. Maybe that's it.
I don't know if premeditation is a requirement for murder in that country.
Oh, okay. That could be what it is. But Neil's going to work more out for us here.
The only problem is they forgot to attach the bungee cord to that woman when they did that.
He's really working up a lather now. He's caring.
I understand that sometimes people make mistakes at their jobs, but that's not a mistake you make at that job. How is it?
Hang on, writing this down. Don't forget to attach the rope. Thank you, Neil, the CEO.
No offense, Neil, but that's not a mistake that you make at that job.
Yeah.
All signs point to, in fact, yes, that is a mistake.
Yeah.
That was made at that job. And I think that if we scoured the bowels of the internet, that ain't the first time it's happened.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure you could find it somewhere.
100%.
Yeah.
How is it that all 3 of these men did not see that her bungee cord was not attached? You have people that were back there recording. How did they not see it?
How did they?
As the worker, your number 1 responsibility is to make sure that her bungee cord is attached.
It's good that he's telling us these things because people are writing them down and they're going to make things better next time. That is Neil's responsibility, I feel.
I don't think that people should even be doing that. Again.
Yeah, why? What's the reason?
I have a really good friend and she participates in a lot of things that I like to refer to as tier 2 fun. It's crazy shit that's not very fun, like climbing glaciers and...
It's the adrenaline thing, I think, that they like.
Just crazy shit like that. Stuff that's horrible at the time. But then they do it. I don't know why. I'm not about it. Just do something
I get
else.
adrenaline in other ways. I don't need to risk my life to do it, and I don't feel good after something like that happens. I don't escape death and am then like, oh, I need to do that again. That doesn't work out.
No, I've had enough horrible shit happen for real in my life.
Yep.
I don't need to artificially create the feeling of being chased by a bear.
Is to make sure that her bungee cord is attached. That's something you would double or even triple check before you throw somebody over a fucking bridge. So yeah, that 22-year-old woman just lost her life because these three dumbasses did not do their job correctly.
And again, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at Neil because he is going to tell us how things should be. I have this one here. This is LAPD after the Knicks one, shot somebody's dog at a party in LA. And I guess the dog attacked them or something. And here is Neil watching the first part of the video, and then he's going to comment on that event. Again, the event isn't funny, but God, I love Neil, the CEO.
We're in charge celebrating the Knicks.
Instead of fucking getting a fucking piece of shit outside, you kill a fucking dog.
God! Oh God, yeah!
One of these cops in this picture shot and killed a 2-year-old doodle in a Knicks jersey.
A doodoo. He shot
doodle.
A doodle. Thank you. I never would have picked up on that. Now, what I don't know is, was the cop or the doodoo in the Knicks jersey? He doesn't make that clear.
The doodle was in a Knicks jersey.
You think it could have been the cop, though?
No, they have to wear a uniform.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
The way he phrases it, I thought the cop might have been in the Knicks jersey.
Yes, perhaps Neil is not the most articulate of men.
Well, that's why he's doing news reports from his car.
That's why he's doing news reports from his car.
The lady that you heard screaming in the video, she's a Knicks fan. She dressed her dog up in a Knicks jersey.
Ah, there it is.
The Knicks won the championship, so she was excited.
She was excited. Do you understand?
She was screaming and yelling because the Knicks won. A neighbor, a concerned neighbor, heard the screams and called the cops. The cops show up. They try to break into the apartment. The dog runs outside, and one of these cops shot and killed that doodle in a Knicks jersey.
Again, does the cop or the dog have the... Well, I guess we established earlier that it was the dog in the Knicks jersey.
Serious.
I don't know.
Some
I might
of
be on
y'all
the side of the
should not
cops
be
here.
Cops. Y'all are too trigger happy and don't know how to...
Well, Neil, the CEO, disagrees with you. He says the cops are too trigger happy.
I'm going to reserve my judgment. I want to know what happened. Because all I know is that they shot the dog. Why, though?
It was wearing a Knicks jersey. It was a crazed party dog coming at them, perhaps.
Y'all are too trigger happy and don't know how to properly assess situations.
Again, not making light of the situation, I just find his delivery so slightly intoxicating and weird and stupid.
I do
and
agree
fun.
with the other point he makes, though, which is, they are. They don't know how to assess situations, and they are, trigger happy. That is definitely a thing. But think about this, right? Think about what the protocol is for police. They didn't just go straight to trying to break a door down. They would have knocked on the door. They would have announced themselves. They would have done a whole bunch of different things. And there's intoxicated people inside who are being too rowdy to the point that their neighbors are concerned for their physical well-being that they had to call the cops. Then the cops have come in and the dog has tried to bite them, probably.
Yeah.
Right? Well, if the dog does not stop and if they can't control the dog's going to get shot. That's just what happens.
They have to do what they have to do.
They have to do what they have to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a fucking doodle versus a pit bull doesn't make a difference. Would people be less concerned if it was a Cane Corso or a pit bull or something that
kind of
got
dog
shot?
doesn't matter.
The kind of dog doesn't matter. It could be a fucking rabid chihuahua. Yeah. If the cops, yeah.
And I would argue that point. It's not a doodle, it's a doo-doo.
It's a doo-doo?
Yeah.
If the cops came to my house and had to break into our house for any reason, my dog would attack them and my dog would get shot.
And it would suck, but you would probably understand why, right?
Right.
Depending on the situation. They had to get in, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That is just what would happen. Because especially if we weren't home to control her, like issue any commands or something like that, she'd just attack.
More than those stories, I want to find more stories in the future of Neil, the CEO, just evaluating things and going over them. Like I picture today, there was a fire that devastated an entire city block. Having your home burned to the ground is bad, y'all. Do not catch fire to your house. Are you serious? He does "Are you serious?" and "y'all" quite a bit, which I enjoy from Neil.
I do like y'all.
The y'all kind of makes me think you're either a redneck hick or that you're way too into the urban slang, and you know how I go with the slang.
It just tells me you haven't spent much time in the South, because everybody
It's true,
says
I haven't.
Yeah. Everybody says it to everyone all the time.
And does that ever grate on you? Do you ever think, wow?
No, never.
No? Okay.
I say it. I don't mind.
Really?
Oh, yeah. One of my biggest catchphrases is "G'day, y'all."
Huh. All right. Well, I think that's the basics of the sports thing. For next week, I have a thing called Steal That Tune, which is pretty good, but it's too lengthy to get involved in now. Let's see. I'll go to the end here, and I have just some weird, fun facts for Facebook, because you've got to go do things.
Fun facts for Facebook.
Yeah.
Alliteration. Try saying that 5 times faster.
People love the triple F, man. They're into it.
The triple F.
Yeah.
Similar to triple A, except instead of rescuing you when you're broken down on the side of the road, it's the fuck around and find out flyby. So they just come around and like throw trash out the window at you and just make you feel way worse. They'll slow down to ask you if you need help. And when you say, yeah, I do, they'll be like, ha ha, fuck off, and then just speed away.
See, that was good. That was a real Lou Costello moment for you right there. That was wonderful. Out of nose on third. In 2010, burglars broke into a Florida house, stole urns of ashes, snorted some of them thinking it was cocaine or another drug, then dumped the rest in a lake when they realized it was a dead man and his 2 Great Danes. It was a guy and his 2 dogs. They snorted the ashes. Way to go, Florida thieves.
These people... Okay, firstly, like, don't even get me started on the dogs in the urns next to the urn or whatever. But who keeps their Coke in an urn that size?
Yeah.
Unless this house was from, MTV's Cribs and was looks like some baller's house, I don't think you could ever assume that they would, one, have that much Coke. I don't know what the going price is for a gram of Coke these days, but it's a lot. And I don't know how many grams there are in an urn, but it's more than 100. And so that's a lot of Coke.
If you have an urn filled with cocaine, you have a house that people can't break into because you have so much security and you can afford that much security.
Yeah, exactly. That's insane. And surely... I don't know. Are they that dumb? They couldn't have believed that it was Coke. I could see just some fuckheads stealing it and daring each other to do a line of Grandad. I could see that. I could see it.
Do a line of Grandad.
Thinking that it's Coke?
Yeah.
Have you seen ashes? It's not white.
And what I've seen, there's chunks in them, like chunks of bone that don't get dusted completely.
They can be.
Yeah, that's been my experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm buying this story. I don't know.
Florida. I'll believe anything from Florida.
Maybe they were high already, but my guess is this. These people are meth heads because they can't actually afford Coke. They've never seen Coke. They've heard tale told of Coke, but they've never experienced it for themselves. They were probably already on a meth bender. I want to see a photo of these people, and if there's like 3 of them and they have 4 teeth between them, mystery solved.
Perhaps they got busted and that was the excuse they came up with just because they were so drug-addled with everything else.
Maybe.
Yeah.
3 urns.
Yeah.
Did they steal anything else?
It doesn't say. It's just there what I read. Weird facts from Facebook or the triple F as we have.
Just go for the urns. Yeah. Straight to the urns.
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do. I saw my friend, didn't even know it was an urn, and I picked it up, and his brother said, "That's Rob." And I went, "Oh, shit, sorry, put it down."
Oh, you didn't know it was an urn?
No, it was
Tell me more.
It was like a weird square art thing, which based on him, that makes sense. But I picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is very cool," and looked at it, and his brother went, "Yeah, that's Rob." It was at the funeral. I should have known, but still.
This is top shelf stew. So it was at the funeral. It was on a raised dais with a light shining on it. Almost like we're at the museum above. Next to a big photo of Rob.
Yeah.
I was so confused as to what it was.
Not quite,
and I touched it. I picked it up. In other news,
And then I
fuck the
snorted
velvet
it.
rope at the museum. I'm going to feel the texture on that Van Gogh.
Not quite, but it paints a good picture for the bit. Thank you very much.
Question though.
Yeah.
Do you often go into people's houses and just like pick up shit?
Yeah, they've invited me over.
But if you were to come to my place,
Yeah.
would you be like picking up candles and, touching pictures on the wall and stuff like that? Like, do you do that? Are you a tactile person?
Depends how fragile they are. It depends how fragile they are and how easy they would be to lift and take a look at, and how much I would need to lift it to really take in the detail of it.
I love this so much. I have a saying that it's for my kids is when we go places, I'll be like, look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Yeah, maybe that's for me.
Oh, I'm going to have to get you a little shirt that says, look with my eyes, not with my hands. And on the back it'll say, I miss you, Rob.
But it would be upside down, so when I look down, I see it.
Yes. Yes.
All
And
right.
people will be like, wow, that's an interesting shirt. Why do you have that? It's not a shirt. It's an instruction manual.
Yeah.
Look down at it.
And it has my name in case I forget.
Oh, actually, best shirt ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Difficult to explain, but I'm going to do my darndest. It is a shirt that says, ask me about my green dinosaur. Okay. That's what it says on the shirt. And then when people ask you, you pull it up and you pull it over your own head. And on the inside of it is a dinosaur face. So then you pretend you're a dinosaur by pulling it over your own face. So there you go.
That is awesome, but you'd have to have the rest of your body painted green like a weird sports fan, and then it would totally make sense for the dinosaur. That is the commitment I would make to that bit.
I believe in you. I believe that you would. But I think that that would be a cool shirt for you. I couldn't wear it because you'd have to wear another shirt underneath it because otherwise it gets quite pornographic quite fast.
Well,
So
not if you're
imagine-
in France.
I don't know. Maybe still in France.
Okay.
Because think about this. You're a lady wearing that shirt and then
Yeah.
you lift it up, exposing your own bra and then pull it over your head. Then people all of a sudden... The dinosaur is no longer interesting, okay? So I think you have to wear a tank top underneath that shirt to make that bit work. Or you could get arrested.
Well, what if you did it on a nude beach in France? Because I think in France, they don't worry about the topless. And I feel like generally we shouldn't worry about the topless. It's just a thing in this country because it's a thing in this country.
Do people worry about the topless in this country?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be naked topless if you're a woman. If we had true equality.
At the beach?
Yeah, people, that's really a thing.
I see tits on the beach all the time.
Try it sometime, you'll get arrested. Okay,
Oh,
new
no.
experiment. Total
Not for
Babble
me.
experiment. Give it a go.
No, not me. I would never. We've talked about this. You won't even catch me in a two-piece.
True.
I'm a sensible, full-piece swimsuit wearing prude.
What about one of your wild friends? Say, hey, I'm trying an experiment for the podcast. Let's try this out, see what happens.
Oh, I've only got one friend who would
sorry.
do that.
Oh, who would do that?
Yeah,
you said you've
only
only got
one.
one friend. I felt bad for you.
Only one friend who would do that.
Yeah.
I just ran through the list. No one else is doing that.
Yeah. All right.
We're boring.
Well, this has been the Total Babble Sports Extravaganza one last time.
The internet's #1 place for sports talk. This is Total Babble.
Shut the hell away from me.
There you go, Christina and the Sports Sounder back to back. This is the kind of crap we give you here.
This is high quality production.
Yep.
We do have great production on this show. Anybody can do a podcast, but not everybody can do a high quality podcast.
It's true.
Because we have used you.
I'll put out a secret that I don't often put out because I like to let people think what they're going to think. Most people don't realize that we're not in the same room, and I enjoy that and am proud of that.
Yes.
Unless we reference it, they just don't even know. I hear that from people.
It's a good point. It's well made.
Yeah. But yeah, we are in the same room, and I love the ensemble today, and good job on the makeup. Is that a giraffe print you're wearing?
It is a giraffe print that I am wearing, and it is a blue giraffe print dress.
Nice.
It has pockets and a collar.
Like
It's
a giraffe.
Yeah, I love giraffe for their pockets. Yeah. Some people admire the giraffe for its long neck. To them, I say, oh, posh. It's about the pockets for me.
All the people are saying that the giraffes have fine pockets.
And if they are not, then by golly, they should. Underrated feature of all of the greatest mammals.
Pull over for emergency vehicles, you sons of bitches. Have a great week.
Caw-caw.
Okay, you know how this goes. Like us, subscribe, tell your friends, write a nice review, engage with us. We're Total Babble on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. Email is show@totalbabble.com. The Total Babble Podcast.